watching CI Living, at home in your community.
All right, now once again, here is more film critic Pam Powell's interview with the director of the new film, Close.
What he says about making the film that focuses on childhood friendship. Take a look.
In the very beginning of the film, you create this beautiful, idyllic innocence. You know, you've got the field of flowers and nature surrounding them, and just the intimate and caring moments between the two boys as well as the mom. And then we're plunged into, I had read, called it the arena or the playground at the school, two totally polar opposite types of scenes. Can you tell me about creating those two scenes, because they can't coexist harmoniously, and we find out what happens later in the film?
Well, I think the beginning is a little bit this Garden of Eden, and it's funny because the boy who plays Leo is called Eden, so I mean I do feel like there's a sort of connectedness. You know, it's a reminder of that childhood state where love is still so free and so boundless, without any labels on it, but just exists in its freest form. And we all know that. We've all been there. We've all felt that. We've all had that. And then there's this moment where the conscious slips in. There's this moment where that pure state is confronted with a society divided into categories and boxes, and each with their invisible walls, with their codes and expectations. And I really wanted to find a translation for that. And so I feel like this beginning of the film, which is, you know, their togetherness, you know, we two boys together clinging, like the beautiful Walt Whitman poem. There's this fracture, there's this breaking point where these two arrive on that playground, and the camera literally zooms out and makes them disappear in this jungle of society, I guess. You know, this place where we are confronted, every single one of us, with the confrontation between the body we are born in and the expectations that are put upon it. I very much feel like that this film is about that fragile moment in time, about that confrontation.
I have one last question for you. With this being such a personal film for you and a story that resonates with you, is there anything that you have learned about yourself in the creation of this story and this film?
Yes, a lot of things. I think I often say that there's this famous Belgian poet called Herman de Koning, and he talks about poetry in a way that I feel very much resonates with how I work. He says, if I want to write a good poem, I have to start from the personal, but very early on leave the me behind. And I have to try to find a way so that the last phrase of the poem is phrased universally, so that everyone can connect to it. So but I start from that very personal place, and when I create, I very much look inwards to then try to exteriorize it to something that is shared. So I've learned many things. I've learned, you know, to look at and confront the things that I couldn't speak of for the longest period of time. I learned more, as this is our second film, I think I learned more about guiding and leading a team, about how to do that, and at the same time, you know, try to tell this story, try to make this piece all together.
Very good. Lukas Dhont, thank you not only for taking the time to talk with me, but for creating this beautiful piece called Close.
Thank you so much.